This is my 1962 Volkswagen Beetle, and it's broken.
But I wasn't ready for how broken it actually was.
Oh no, we're in trouble.
We've clearly got a big issue here, which is not one that I can fix myself. But before all that, I had to fix the first problem, which I could fix myself.
So first things first, I need to dress like shit. Okay, let's get the car up in the air and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about what we're actually doing. Okay, so the problem that we are having is that the clutch cable snapped. As I was driving it home yesterday, it decided to just give out. Not completely. I did manage to limp the car home, but it is hanging by a thread, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when we get it up in the air. The first thing we have to do though is get these hubcaps off, get the wheels off, and get the party started. All right. Okay, nope, that's not working. Grab a cloth. Oh, goodness me. Okay, ow. Oh, my freshly painted wheels dropping chips of paint. I know you get that on the big jobs. Nice.
Once the wheels were loose, it was time to jack up the car. And quickly I ran into a problem.
I might actually max out my jack. Like that. It really is quite annoying that I can't get the whole car off the ground for this. I'm gonna have to hold the phone in my mouth. You know, apparently phones are dirtier than toilet seats. I just said I have to hold it in my mouth, don't I? Okay, so we're underneath the car now. This is the gearbox. This is the clutch fork. And up here is the clutch cable. And you can see that, yeah, we're not good. We're not good. So it definitely needs replacing. I need to undo this wing nut, feed it back through. See up here, this tube here, and up and then there. So anyway, let's do it. No swearing. This is a family-friendly YouTube channel, probably. Don't know, maybe it isn't. Fuck. Okay, so the next step is to remove the pedals because everything we need is in behind here, so that's gonna be fun.
But then I spotted something.
As I've been pulling up the carpet to get these pedals out, I was pulling it back here and I noticed there was something there. And lo and behold, we have a fossilized mouse that has been underneath the carpet for many, many moons. So we're gonna just okay, rest easy. Okay, so we're going on a journey of discovery with this Beetle. It turns out that even if it's a right-hand drive car, you have to undo the pedal box from the left-hand side of the car. I've pulled most of the interior apart, all the carpet, all of the sound deadening. There was the fossilized mouse up there. And then they have this cover kick plate in the passenger side. And as you can see, if we look down here, this here is the throttle cable linkage, even though the throttle is all the way over on that other side. So all the controls are still here. So if we take this out, we can see, ta-da, that is what we're looking for. All right, sit rep. The light is fading very quickly. I've had to crack out the WD-40 because there's bolts right at the back of this pedal box that are seized. And of course, whoever did the sound deadening in here is dynamated all over the top of them. So there's tar on it and everyone loves that. I've been here for hours. It's so fiddly, this car. All right, as you may be able to tell from the state of my hands, we're having a mild amount of success. The pedal box is out, and now is the fun bit of pulling the cable out. So inside the transmission tunnel here, there's a tiny little tube that this cable runs in, and it's greasy as all shit. So if you have a car with a nice interior, you're gonna wanna be careful with this. But here is the end of that cable. Now we just have to pull it out, grease up the new one and feed it in. Day has turned into night. It's been a mammoth effort. Here is the old cable. It took ages to get this thing out and to get this tube, it's called a Bowden tube, out. That thing is I don't even want to go there. Anyway, it's been probably about an hour, maybe 2 since I last checked in. We've greased up the new cable. You can see the end of it just sticking out there. I'm going to clean up the floor a little here. And then we need to put the pedals back in, hook that all up, and then link it up at the back of the car. I'll get underneath it quickly so you can see. A new cable sticking out the end. We'll put the pedals in, and then we have to try and hook it up to that with a wing nut. But we will worry about that when we get to it, shall we? It's a new day. It's not a difficult job, it's just a fiddly one. And maybe I'm a moron, but it's taken me a while. But here's where we're at. So we've got the new clutch cable in, mostly. It's not attached to the gearbox yet. Those pedals, they were really fiddly. Trying to hook the clutch cable onto the clutch and keep it hooked, impossible. Many hours later, it's done. The clutch is fixed, hopefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the car down, settle the wheels, tighten all the lug nuts, and then go for a spin and make sure it all actually works. I hope it works, because it's been such a pain. It's not meant to take this long. I might just be a moron, but I guess we'll find out. Now the garage is still a mess. We've got parts everywhere, but before we can go, we need to move that thing out of the way so we can get this out. And geez, look at that. Look at that positive camber. Yeah, Stance Nation, eat your heart out. Okay, Daihatsu removed. Now it's time for this thing. Let's hope that I've done everything right. It's struggling. The generator light is... yeah, alright, well, smells fuely. Another thing, I did knock the fuel filter a little bit as I was changing the cable, so it's good to see it's not leaking any fuel. But now we're going to see if it actually works. So first things first, let's get the torque wrench out of the front. Should already be set to spec. 86 foot-pounds of torque for these rear lug nuts that fasten into the drums, and you don't want to over tighten them because it can actually warp the shape of the drums, and that's a very bad day. So we torque these up, give it for a drive, re-torque them, hubcaps finished. Okay, all right, moment of truth. Okay, so far so good. Quite a low bite point. I might need to adjust. Try not to go in the garden bed. I'm in the garden bed. I'm in the garden bed. Oh, that's okay. Out of that into first. Okay, we're good. Yep, bite point is very low, but the clutch feels great. It actually feels a lot smoother than it did before. We're going for a gear change. It's good. It's good. I think the cable needed to be replaced anyway. It was pretty gritty and horrid, but now brakes are a little spongy. There's a lot of pedal travel where nothing really happens, but that's okay because the rest of the car is working. That's not happy. It's not happy. It's dead. So yes, we have a problem with the Beetle. It has decided not to run on all cylinders. I suspect an air leak somewhere, and I think I've got a good idea where it is because there's a massive fuel leak. And here you can see I have a cloth. There it is, a cloth at the bottom of the carburetor, because if you look really closely, it's all very wet. Oh gosh.
get high from that. It is drenched in fuel, so we've clearly got a big issue here, which is not one that I can fix myself because I am a pleb with... Well, I'm not a mechanic. I am not a mechanic in any way, shape or form, and I will definitely make it worse. So hopefully at some point in the next half hour or so we'll have a tow truck here to pick it up. I've put it out there so it's easy access, and fingers crossed, I guess. We'll see what happens.
This isn't the first time, and it probably won't be the last that this car has ended up on a tow truck, but once we had the car strapped down and loaded up, I took it down to GHR Motors in Adelaide, who are arguably the best Volkswagen mechanic in South Australia. And once we got the car off the truck and into the workshop, we pulled the air cleaner off to have a bit of a look and quickly diagnosed it as something other than an air leak. Something a bit trickier, but we'll get to that in the next video.